Hi Virgo, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. And if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Virgos, I'll be channeling messages for the collective of your sign, and then we'll tie it together also with the cards that will be showing up. I feel like many of you Virgos are praying for something very specific. It's like you're very hopeful, almost anxious, on edge to see something taking place. It's like there's this big thing that you want to have it happen right now. For some, it could be that you're waiting to know, to receive like this answer, this sign, to then make a move. It's like many of you Virgos are looking for answers, and while on wait, being asked to not fall into extreme states of anxiety or despair. It could be that many of you are also turning a lot towards, your faith, your spiritual practices or beliefs, to try to figure out something, the meaning of something or the truth of something. Because I feel like for some of you, whatever it is, this thing that you're waiting for, there's a lot of it that it's like the timing that you're looking for, it's really tied to the meaning of it. So the more you figure what that represents, that thing that you want, why is it so important, what is the purpose for it, why you want it so much, like the more you try to figure the truth of something, the more likely you are either gonna find when, or if it's something that you truly, if it's something that truly in the end you want in your life. So basically what I'm saying is that some of you Virgos will need to differentiate here what is like a real desire, a real dream, a real experience that is in alignment with your soul, versus something that you think you want or you desire, but when you try to uncover more about why you truly want that, you might understand that it's not based on a true, honest, again, desire. So for some of you Virgos, there's a lot of questions about what you want and trying to figure if what you want is really what you want, or maybe things you have been rejecting or denying, if the fact that you have been doing so, it's not because in reality you have been running or avoiding from a certain sense of understanding of yourself, honoring of yourself, your sacred self, your powers, your gifts, your divine truth. It's like I feel like there are Virgos here that have been avoiding, hiding from your true potential, the true things that you are kind of meant to do in life, especially around purpose and around how that purpose might be tied to work or to exploring and giving birth and light to aspects of your nature that you tend to hide or run from, but that are beautiful and are meant for the world. I also feel like for some of you just have been hiding from yourself, in the sense that it's difficult for some of you Virgos to embody your full, again, authentic truth and expose it to the world. There's aspects of you that you prefer to keep it to yourself, to hide, but they are becoming like this issue that bothers you, because unless you kind of own up to those things that you tend to hide or run from, it's going to be difficult for you to achieve the things that you want and desire. And so it's like a inside out process. The month of May is very, very much about the inside out. The more you want to figure about the outside, the more you need to go to the inside. It's like almost like digging for the jewels, the precious items and materials that you have inside of you that either beautiful, the high priestess. This is exactly what I'm speaking about. You are hiding something from yourself, including because this is in the soul position. So the high priestess is in between two worlds, and there's the visible world and there's the unknown, and it's a super witchy energy, super intuitive, but it also represents our shyness, our tendency to hold back, to stay quiet, to want to stay in the shadows. And here, in your case in specific, it's becoming more of an issue because you might not be, it's like some of you are not using the energy of the high priestess in its positive way, more on the negative side. And this is what needs to be kind of transmuted, is go through the lower vibration of the high priestess and turn it into the higher expression of what it has to offer us, which is a lot of self-knowledge, sacred knowledge, intuitive powers, understanding of the depth of experiences and the depth also of other people. And you know, it's when we can see right through things. So actually there are Virgos here that might be like excellent seeing right through others, but you're not doing the same towards the self. There's something you're not wanting to look here towards the self. But being that the high priestess is in the soul position, this is also great because either you want it or not, trying to avoid it or not, the month is going to push you to be in contact with your deep soul, with the deepest parts of yourself. And I feel like for those of you that have been like hiding, denying, avoiding going into deep places, you could be like pushed to go there by dreams or weird experiences, or attracting high priestess people themselves that look at you and tell you what you have not been, you know, seeing yourself. So either way, you're going to be confronted with this powerful, piercing truth that many of you are masking or just unaware of. And many of you are just unaware of how like special you are, how talented you are, how you're meant to bring the duality here of the darkness and the light and embody it fully and give it to the world in the form of consulting people, if you are not doing that already, or being of assistance somehow through this powerful healing energy that you hold. For some of you Virgos, it's like you're denying access as well to something. So it's like you're not letting people see something. It's like you're guarding, you know, this important secret, doing, relationship, situation. You're guarding it almost with your life. You're very protective over juicy things, because we have here the pomegranate fruit, I'm sorry, that for me represents, it could represent lustful situations regarding your love life, sexual experiences as well, but it's like at situations that are also very juicy in the form that there are things you're hiding that have so much content, right? So your own imagination, creativity, again, intuitive powers, there's so much, your work, or work that you hide, work that are projects that you put behind that you don't let the world see. They're so juicy, they're so full of content. For some of you Virgos, you could also just be hiding how much you have desire, like your deepest, darkest hidden desires are also like this huge theme that I feel is going to start, you know, now with this lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which is very tied to the energy that I'm speaking about. So this lunar eclipse is going to like be a starting point in magnifying, intensifying this energy of the desires you're hiding, either consciously or unconsciously. That's going to depend on each one of you. But there's a lot of things here with your desires that shouldn't be as hidden or as suppressed as they have been. I also feel like you could be struggling more than usual to communicate, to say what you feel, to say what you think. There's something around like a communication barrier that could also be affected by this Mercury in retrograde energy that is affecting you, Virgo. So it could be quieter than usual or more introspective, more, you know, by yourself. There's a little bit of an image of mystery and distance that you're projecting into the world because, again, you're afraid if something or someone gets too close, they're going to see something that you don't want them to see. Very interesting. But I also feel like you're just, May is a month to use this vibration to actually make some introspection that is valuable to the months ahead in terms of what you want to get yourself involved with, you know, where you're going to apply your energy and your knowledge. Because for some of you Virgos, it could be that you need to take a step back to reassess if that sacred, beautiful energy has been wasted in what you have been a part of recently, or if it's still conducive to growth, and if it's something that you want to keep doing and that eventually will materialize and manifest the things you want. So the Magician and the High Priestess is beautiful. So it's like, you see, there's so much growth because the 1 is the first arcana, right? The Magician, and then it goes to the 2. This is a past influence. This is the soul position. So whatever you've wanted to know, now you're going to get it. Whatever you wanted to learn and manifest, whatever you want to go deeper, you know, in terms of the experience, you're going to get it. But it's like, now that it's getting, you know, this deep or this intense, you might be freaking out or scared. For some of you that are into spiritual practices, manifestation practices, the month is excellent to put your gifts to the test, because I feel like you're going to have powerful, powerful results. And they can even scare you. I feel like that's the thing. Some of you are even scared with the things you are going to be able to pull off. You could be scared of your own self and your own powers at this time. Or you're witnessing something very magical itself, but it's like you're keeping quiet about what this experience means for you. You are just growing, Virgo, and there's a need to embrace that growth with more awareness, because again, you could be unconsciously desiring things, manifesting things that, if you're not careful, once they do arrive into your reality, again, you could actually realize it's not something you want. So there's a little bit of that energy of be careful what you wish for, because definitely May is going to bring something to kind of turn you into a believer of your own self and the capabilities. 3 of Cups, great. I see, again, even in terms of environments that are more social, out there with friends, you could be struggling to open up, to be a part of the party, to be a part of the shallow, you know, happiness. The superficial social elements could be something that you're either taking a step back, or you're not as easily into it as maybe other times, or you're just struggling. This is just like a fact that many of you Virgos are struggling to open up, to break free from the shyness or the shadows and be out there enjoying yourself and enjoying your life. And that transition between the seriousness of things and the lightheartedness of things, and swaying into the two states all the time. And understanding that in May, you don't need to choose a side. There's going to be like moments for each thing. And the Three of Cups is in your unconscious. So unconsciously, you do desire that happiness, that sociability, that energy of not taking things, including yourself, so seriously. And you're going to definitely manifest circumstances where that's going to be like presented to you. Now, are you going to get it? Are you going to be a part of it? Also, there could be like this situation of many of you Virgos are just seeing through people right now, and who's fake, who's not, who's your friend, who is not your friend. It's like you're able to perceive in social environments a lot of the truth that stays there. It could also be that you're witnessing gossip, you're witnessing excesses, you're witnessing third-party situations, you're witnessing a little bit of the consequences of the energy that excess is trying to bring. You could be a part of a third-party situation yourself, and you're wanting to keep that kind of a secret here. Or, yeah, you're just, you know what's going on with people. And it's like for some of you Virgos, it's like you're foreshadowing what's going to happen here between a relationship, with the Tower being the outcome. It could be that you're just anticipating a problem that's going to take place either with a group of friends or a relationship that you know of. It's like you're anticipating this separation, this problem, this breakup, or this conflict. You could be receiving warnings through dreams, through psychic downloads, that there's something that's going to happen that's going to shake here the foundations of relationships that are more like friendships, social connections, or for some of you, third-party situations. If you know someone is cheating or having an affair and you're receiving like vibes that this is going to be found out, probably you're right. If you are a part of a situation like that, you could be like fearing that it's going to be coming to the light, that relationship is going to be exposed at a certain way. It could just be that you're afraid that something is going to be exposed, period. A relationship, even if it's not an affair. And for some reason, like, this worries you. It's like you're worried that something is going to come out because it's going to make like, it's going to create problems. This relationship, or the fact that it's out in the open, is going to make like a problem with other people. There's a lot of things tied to secrets and other people and how it's going to affect other people. They're also here a theme in May. Now, the High Priestess with the Tower is always those huge awakening moments, this rude awakening at times, these intense experiences that force us to look at truth and look at situations the hard way sometimes, tough love vibes. And I even feel like there can be like an issue that takes place while you're, you know, socializing with friends or drinking, or in environments where things start like happy and then something kind of falls apart, or there's this huge problem. But I also see like for the majority of your Virgos, you're just witnessing something you predicted, something you saw. You're going to see it like happening in front of you, and it's going to be like that confrontation with your powers, especially psychic powers, that it's like a big experience for the month of May. So I hope you have a great month. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.